welcome. We're here doing some midterm water rocketry, and I want to make sure we get a good view of what's going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and train the camera. This is like All right, YouTube, can you see what we're doing here? We're putting some bowls of air in that volume above where the water is. You can see the sort of air bubbling up in there. So we're increasing the pressure. The pressure right now is about 70 psi inside of there. 75. All right. Timer's ready. Altimetry ready. 3, 2, 1. E-learners, you can maybe be mindful of like the color of the rocket that just went with that launch and say, oh, I want to launch that one for my launch, you know, the one with the yellow fins, or, you know, whatever it is. So be thinking about that if you've got a preference. All right, next one up. Everybody's got to go, so might as well go now, or I can sort of, you know, follow on you. I'd rather have volunteers than to go down the roster and say, you're up now. Who wants to go next? Come on down. What was the angle on that one? What was it? 140, so it'd be the difference between 90 and 140, so 50. Sure. You can have any job you want to, so if you don't want to launch, you could, you know, be the chief safety officer that just makes sure there's no like VPK kids running out here into our path of the launch. Oh, this is the first flight of this rocket since its modification.
Oh, is it new?
Well, I cut off the top, so it used to have a solid nose cone. I cut this off so the tennis ball would just sort of sit there. The other ones kind of sit inside. This one's going to be kind of like the tennis ball will be the nose cone. The idea that I had that angle. Like what the essential question yesterday that had it's sort of spelled out kind of. So we're going to all one for you. So. Spot there. Yeah, you probably want to record time here. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, next one up. Bring your rocket. I got your astronaut. All right. Viewers, I know what you're thinking. Let's get a really good view of this. So we're securing the rocket in with this launch pin. Payload. You want to pull the rip cord or you want me to do it? So you got your stopwatch and your timer. Can you look and see how that picture looks right there? Is that getting that? They appreciate what we do here. Timer's ready. Altimetry ready. And we'll launch in 3, 2, 1. You get time? We got a little bit of water on the camera there from that one. All right. Next one up. All right, we're back again for another launch here. Secure. Astronaut here. All right, so you're gonna pull that at the end of the countdown. Pretty hard to get it off. You can see how much force there is sort of holding it down. Right? So it takes a little bit of force to get it. All right, timer's ready. Altimetry ready. 3, 2, 1. Into the football stadium. All right. And you got the right idea, at least, just like sort of wherever the top of it is, it's okay if it veers off course when you just sort of train your eye on the highest point. So good job there. Did you do any time data for yourself? All right, well, they got it. So go ahead and walk around the fence and collect the tennis ball and then get your data. Or if somebody else can go run and grab that so that way he can get his data, and then, you know, let's keep a good thing going here. Or if you want to get it, whatever. All right. E-learners, let me know if there's an angle that you want to see here. So I realized, like, you know, you can see the rocket as it's pressurized. You can see it lift off the launch pad, but then it's quickly out of the frame, right? And then just kind of like waiting. Maybe you hear like the thump when the tennis ball sort of hits the ground a moment later. So we can try to like maybe move the camera up like this, just above the path of the launch pad. So now you're sort of just looking at the sky. So maybe for the next launch, we'll just sort of keep it there, or I'll switch it to this view, and then you'll see sort of the rocket and the tennis ball sort of fly through that part of the frame. So we'll keep it down here as we pressurize, just like the last one. And then before launch, before we start the countdown, I'll go ahead and train the camera just above so you can actually kind of see it sort of as it sort of passes by. Who still needs to go? All right, we're back again for the next launch. Here we've got the duct tape destroyer of doom rocket. Hey, if this was your rocket and you're watching this, leave it in the comments down below. That's my rocket. I built that years ago. Go ahead and close the astronaut there. Do you want to hold a ripcord, or do you want to be a timer? What job would you like to have for your rocket? All right, you got to give it a pretty good amount of force, but wait, so see, it's wanting to lift off right now, but that pin holds it in place. And so when you pull that, you have to pull with a pretty considerable force to release, all the pressure that sort of builds up on the inside. So that's about 80 psi, and I told our e-learning colleagues I would change the view to this one so they can kind of see it fly by. So hopefully that's all right. So go ahead and grab that. Wait for the end of the countdown. Ready? Timer's ready. 3, 2, 1. We gotta wait till you hear it. You see what I mean about the force? It's like it starts to depressurize. So it would have been even higher than that, right? Hopefully they got good. See where the ball went to? All right, so I don't know how good of a job that one was, but we'll try to maybe do the same thing for this next one. All right, we're back again for the next launch. And then e-learners, we're going to start your launches just after this one. So I'll go ahead and type your data as it's collected into the chat. So make sure you record it. And and start your calculations. I'll give you that view again, just above the launch pad. Hopefully you'll see a tennis ball fly by there in just a moment. Everybody ready? Stopwatch ready, altimetry ready. 3, 2, 1. So let's consider this point. That launch veered off course further away from the science team. And so if we're always assuming that it's a 30-meter distance to the launch pad, but it's actually a greater distance, then the angle that we're measuring multiplied by 30 is really undervaluing the total height, right? Because the actual distance to get to that angle was greater. So we want to kind of keep that in mind, that the angle data for that launch, once we take the tangent of it and multiply by 30 meters, that's going to give us really an undervalue of the actual height of the rocket. All right. I don't know if I was just in frame a moment ago explaining all that. All right, so Joran, by request, we're going to get you ready to go with the duct tape rocket of doom. You'll be the next one up, and then we'll type your data right into the chat here. So we'll go ahead and get that one ready for you right now. And then all the rest of your colleagues. All right, so Joran, this is your launch right here. As requested, here is your duct tape destroyer doom rocket. Payload bay. 40 PSI, 48, 5, 60. Stand by. All right, so it completely depressurized. So it's not going to do anything. 3, 2, 1, nothing. That's a failure to launch. Stand by. We're not giving up on this duct tape destroyer of doom rocket. We've refueled it. Try it again. Timer's ready. 3, 2, 1. What was the angle on that one? Time? Can we get time? 5.7. All right, so there you go. I just typed in your data in the chat. Doran. All right, the next one is going to be Lance. Okay, so this is going to be your launch. We'll go ahead and get a rocket fueled up for you. If you guys have a request, like Doran, wanted to see the duct tape rocket of doom, just type it in the chat there, and I'll make sure to oblige your request. Otherwise, we'll just sort of get you some data here. So this will be Lance. Ready? One. The angle? Say it again. Time? Thank you. All right, so there's your data. Lance, type into the chat. The next launch will be for Michael. And again, guys, let me know if there's a certain rocket that you want to see launch for your flight. I'm going to go ahead and bring these back for refueling. Stand by for Michael. And if anybody else wanted to launch, come on down. Want to do that again? Ready? Three, two, one. First countdown. What was the angle? 43. And time? Did I get time? Thank you. All right, so Michael, you should see your data in the chat there. The next launch will be for Naya. All right, two more. Below one. 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all probably can tell it started depressurizing there, so we just sort of launched it. It'll be interesting to compare this one with some of the other ones that were a bit higher. What was the angle there? 11. Did you get time data? All right, Taylor, this will be your launch. It's the last launch of the day. Fire those. Ready? 1. What was the angle? And time? All right, that does it. Did anybody need to collect extra data for themselves? Now's your last chance. Thank goodness, because it's pretty hot out here. Oh, there I am. All right. So that's going to conclude our data collection for our midterm here. Next up is the fun part, the analysis. And we'll see you next time for that.